In answering these questions about the sovereign default risk and how much we have to pay, I don't have an exact answer, but I can tell you this. My computation is about $37 billion of our debt is dollar denominated. Not all of it is owned by non-residents. Some of it is owned by residents. From the Sri Lanka development bonds, about $2 billion is owned by our banks. And from the international sovereign bonds, there is about 1.9 billion. Besides the banks, there are non-bank entities also holding. So you can assume that about $4.5 billion is being held by residents. The rest is owned by foreigners. But about $37 billion or more is dollar denominated. Then the question is that what will happen over the next 5 years? The average term to maturity of our foreign debt is also around 5 years. Right? Some of the debt is over a very long period of time that we have got from the ADB and the World Bank. The average is about 5 years. Some of our international sovereign bonds only mature in 2029, 2030. So there are different maturities. But I did a presentation on Friday where the slide deck basically showed that over the next 4 to 5 years, there's about $4.5 billion of maturities coming up. These are for market instruments. There are lots of term loans and other forms also that need to be paid. Now, what's going to happen in the short term? We know we have $3.5 billion worth of reserves. Predetermined drains on reserves is already calculated by the central bank. It is about 6.95 billion. That's why Roshan said 7 billion. In the month of August, in the next 1 month, I mean, that is computed at the end of July, $250 million is their estimate. That must have already gone because we are in September. Then they show another bucket between 2 and 3 months. In that bucket, 1.45 billion is going. So from the 3.5, if you assume 1.45 billion US dollars is going, you're left with 2 billion. Then there are some other swaps like the Chinese swap, which is calculated at $1.5 billion. My understanding is a yuan swap. So it can't be really converted into US dollars. It comes at a fairly high level. I doubt they can use that for debt service payments. So now the crisis is quite literally here. I mean, you can't wait till you get to the bottom of the barrel to default. So any sensible person will say that, okay, we need to reprofile the debt, which means that we'll have to freeze debt payments for quite a few years, giving us time to recover. So when this is going to happen is any man's guess, but I would say it can be between now and maximum they can hold on for 1 year if they wait to empty the barrel completely.